What you saying, ladies and gents? It is your boy BucketHatSam, and yes, we are back again today for another video. Today's video, I'm going to be discussing and doing a match reaction to the Blackburn at Middlesbrough game. Blackburn came out 1-0 victors in this game and go and leapfrog Bournemouth into second place in the league. Feels mental saying that. Bournemouth are out the automatics, and Blackburn are in it. Could they get promoted this season? Well, today they showed everything that you need to get promoted. They didn't really control the game. I thought they lacked quality in the final third and lacked conviction in quite a few big chances. And in the first half, they dominated and they had so many chances to score. And without Ben Brereton Diaz, I thought, is this going to be a game where they can't finish? But then Sam Gallagher comes in near the end with an absolute cracker of a goal. Don't underestimate how good a finish that was. The ball comes across to him on the swivel, puts it back through Del Fry's legs. What a finish. Yes, obviously they got lucky with Paddy McNair fluffing when he was trying to clear his lines, but that's a sign of a great striker. 6 goals this season. You want him to score more, but you saw today he led the line and led it by example. He was a nuisance up top, running the channels, energy, pressing. I thought he set a really good tempo for the team, and I thought he led by example. Really good performance from them. And Blackburn now, I said, go second in the league, 5 points off first. Obviously, they have played one more game than Bournemouth. Bournemouth could go back ahead of them, but it's all Blackburn can do and show the rest of the league. This is a huge statement tonight because Middlesbrough, unbeaten in the last 4, they'd won their last 4 games going into this one. And you know how good they are away from home under Chris Wilder. They'd won all of their games away under Chris Wilder. So this was a huge statement to the rest of the league because they really nullified everything that Middlesbrough is usually good. Like everything you'd expect from Middlesbrough to do. They did dominate possession, but they didn't really have many chances. I was looking at the stats after the game. They had 1 shot on target today, Middlesbrough did. 1 shot. Yes, they had a few chances, but I think Blackburn did rode their luck in some points. But overall, I thought it was a very cagey affair from both sides. I thought the draw was, I think, would probably be the most fair result. But this is football. It's not a game about fairness. Blackburn took their chance. And that's a sign of a promotion side to churn out results and grind out results when they don't deserve it. A 1-0 win. So fair play to them. I want to say Lenahan, I thought was absolutely class. I thought Van Heck was great. I thought Lewis Travis in the middle was great. But I wanted to highlight John Buckley. I thought in that first half, I thought he was integral to everything that was good about Blackburn. And that's when I worried because they dominated so much of that first half when Middlesbrough didn't have a shot on target in the entire first half. I didn't even have a shot until about the 40th minute. They dominated, which obviously with Middlesbrough, you get it with a Chris Wilder side where they do like to sit back and be defensively solid for the first half and then come out the second half. But they just nullified everything that was good about Middlesbrough. Isaiah Jones was really nullified, especially in that first half. I thought second half, I thought he was great. But it was down to Blackburn getting into those pockets of space. And then what they do, especially without the ball, I want to discuss, they'd leave Johnny Howson free. And as soon as he's got the ball, they'd pounce onto him. John Buckley and Bradley Johnson, Lewis Travis, that press was absolutely class from them. They'd leave certain players free. And then as soon as they get the ball, they'd be on their first touch. And they won it back quite a few times. And I was worried that they weren't taking their chances. But what a finish from Sam Gallagher. I now want to talk about Middlesbrough, though. I thought they were really poor today. That midfield 3, I think, really struggled against the 2 in Lewis Travis and Bradley Johnson. But I think the thing was because of Buckley constantly coming back into it. It was, do the midfield mark him or do the defence mark him? Everyone was being brought out of position. And he was a real nuisance in that. It was a thorn in that side. So I thought he was class today. I feel like he won't get much of a mention. Obviously, he was brought off before the end. But what a performance from Blackburn. That's a huge statement to the league. I can't keep going on about it enough. Without Ben Brereton Diaz, everyone thought, where are the goals going to come from? And Sam Gallagher scored 5 before this in the league. Player who you'd expect a little bit more from today was class. Absolutely class. As I said, he ran the channels. He was just a nuisance. He was great pressing. He was brilliant. I thought Kadra was good, but I thought he lacked a bit of conviction that final third. Obviously, I think he got subbed off just after the goal, but there was a couple of times where if he'd just made the right decision in big moments, Blackburn could have run away with that game in that first half. But they allowed Middlesbrough to come back in the second half, and it was Middlesbrough's second half. But keeper wasn't tested at all. Keeper wasn't tested. And I would be worried as a Middlesbrough side because I thought Connolly, was really poor tonight. I think Balogun has to start over him. I thought Connolly didn't really offer much, gave the ball away a lot, carded. But I say that, basically the entire Middlesbrough team were carded today. Everyone was. I thought Del Fry was really the best player in the Middlesbrough side today. And you could go through the majority of the Blackburn side and talk about how good they were. Especially, I want to say Edom was great, keeping Isaiah Jones so quiet down that right-hand side. In the first half, he had the fewest touches of any Middlesbrough player, and you know he's usually one of the biggest attacking threats for Middlesbrough. So fair play to him, keeping him quiet. I think they said a former player who used to play for Lincoln City, great left foot. I thought he was brilliant going forward and going back because the pace of Asai Jones is very difficult to deal with. But I thought he, as I said, nullified him. I thought Blackburn tactically were great. Overall, I thought they deserved the draw. They deserved the draw, but then they come and clutch it from absolutely nowhere. And that's the sign of, I can't go on about enough, a sign of a side that can get promotion. Churn out those 1-0s when you don't deserve it. Really, really good side. Really good football today. They were class. And obviously, I'm a West Brom fan, so I was hoping, if obviously both sides can't lose, but I was hoping for obviously Middlesbrough to lose because I don't want Blackburn and the rest of the sides to run away with it. But the way Blackburn are going, that's a great result for them. Obviously, coming back off the loss against Hull, they needed that win. And as I said, a huge statement. Middlesbrough, all I'm worried about when I watch Middlesbrough is the lack of goals. And obviously, that's why they've got Balogun and Connolly in, but both of them looked quite poor. I thought Balogun didn't really offer much, but he didn't have much time when he came on. So I would be worried for them in that sense, but their defensive record is so good that they will stay in and around there. But they want to just get into the playoffs. If they play like that, they won't make playoffs. But, you know, with Chris Wilder's side, they'll be well drilled, they'll be well organised, and they'll come back the next week, a different side. He will not be happy with that performance. I thought, especially first half, they were really poor. I thought second half, they were very good. And I want to just say one thing. My thoughts and wishes go out to the fan who needed medical assistance in that second half. I thought before that, I thought they were class. And then obviously there was the break in play. And then Blackburn came back out the blocks fighting. And you could tell that they were fired up. Tony Mowbray had got into their ears and said, step it up because you're allowing them back into this game. And after that, I thought Blackburn were class. So, guys, do you think Blackburn will get promoted? Personally, I still haven't seen enough from them to think they will get promoted. I think there is other sides in and around there that are still I've got that little touch of class, a little bit better. But don't get me wrong, fair play to Blackburn. They've proved me wrong tonight because I would have backed Middlesbrough tonight for a win. But let me know, guys, your thoughts and comments on the game. Who you thought was man of the match? My man of the match is Lenihan. By far the best player for me. I thought he was huge for them today. Fought every battle, won every battle, and led by example. But let me know who you thought your man of the match was, what you thought of the game. And if you haven't already, please smash that like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel. It does really help. But thanks for watching, guys. Bucket Hat Sam, over and out. Thank you and goodbye.